Everybody wanna love, everybody wanna get a hug, everybody trying to get ahead, now it's time to get the bread, making all the cake, moving all the way, go and get your bread from the bakery. Turn your rack to a mill, turn your Mac to a mill, now your house in the hills. Go and eat the cake, anime, shut it back, you do what I say. Making money in every way, playing games called Monopoly. I'll be buying all the properties, got my palace right next to ye. Throw the keys to the Rari, always running but it's not a race.
I'll never go to jail cause I beat the case. Won't you please stop brutality? Running towards those pearly gates.
My God's alive, it's time to thrive. You know what time it is, I gotta shine to show my light. It's all in my mind, we are divine. Yes, you got it too, but you gotta be open to listening to what you can do. I'll give you a clue to find your key. It's your heartbeat, go vibrate high your frequency. And next thing you know, you live near yay in me. Everything you got, you living your destiny. You living your destiny. Time to set that ego free. Everybody wanna love, everybody wanna get a hug, everybody trying to get ahead, now it's time to get this bread, making all the cake, moving all the way, go and get your bread from the bakery. Turn your rack to a bill, turn your Mac to your mill, now your house on the hills. Cha-ching!
So, a long time I was in my head and I didn't get a chance to really live in my heart. And what I mean by that is like, there's a base of what's going on. Like we know a life that is outside of us. And it's not that it's pulling all the strings, but it aligns itself so that we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do on this earth. But the thing is, that foundation is found in our heart. But all the things that happen to us if we go to school and stuff like that, we're taught to think and do. But we're thinking so much about what's going on that we're not even doing what we're here to do. And the way that I equate the mind and the body is sort of like the mind itself is a thought. It's like, all right, this thought is what is given. But the action behind that is in the heart. And we live at the action. We have the action opportunity, but so many people are stagnant because they have so many different things on their mind that they're not even focusing on one thing. And once they focus on that one thing, they aren't so distracted on like what's going on. They're only focused on one simple goal. And as long as they complete that little bit of goal, like imagine the goal is as big as an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. So one bite would probably be the one day, but every day that you're working towards that destiny, that purpose, that goal, you're actually moving into the direction that is, it's that simple. And it's so beautiful. And what I learned at that foundation is we ourselves are not strong enough to live in that foundation. But the thing is, there is this source. Like, it's almost like they saw maybe a fountain of youth kind of thing, but it's almost way beyond that. So I study different like people's and their words. And what I learned is there's this word that you say, it would bless you and your entire body to actually move into the direction in which you were purposed to move towards. And these words I actually do want to tell you, but obviously it's a little bit early in the podcast, so I don't want to give you everything, but I just want to tell you more about the history of what that word is. So imagine you got back to your foundation. You start first for asking for for first forgiving yourself and other people, forgiving not just you, but just ask for forgiveness and say that you're sorry. Like, say you're not going to go back to your old life because it's not really worth it. That old life you can give away, but the new life is found in this word. And I want to let you know what that word is right now. It's Yeshua HaMashiach. It's like this word itself blesses you with unconditional love. And this unconditional love
made this song just for the podcast, bringing hope through all the smiles and laughs. While you travel through dimensions, I'm talking high vibrations. As you listen to I Am You, yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got that. About to make a mess, so where the mop at? Where the mop at? Listening for more, see what's in store. Your mind steady waiting, do away with Satan. Learn about who you are when you start to fall. Reach through your chest and say, I need more, I need more, I need more. Learn to crawl and learn to move, but be quick, cause anger also sponsors me. So I'm giving you I Am You for free. All you gotta do is listen to me. Go and make your own podcast for free. Go and make an episode. Go and fill it with pearls and gold. Give it all your soul. Do things you was never told. I could feel them listening.
they on their toes.
They on their toes and they want more. All you gotta do, where you gotta go. Go to Anchor FM/start. There you go. Go and get yourself paid right away. It's your money, nobody can take it away. Anchor has sponsors they can use to help you make your move. If you like I Am You, you can also support it too. Thank you.
It's crazy, but unconditional love can actually be found and felt through our breathing. And it's something that we can all do. It's something that will connect us to a point where we can understand what that unconditional love feels like. Not just us, but imagine when you say that word, you had a cup, and say the cup was full of the love that you had for yourself, and however amount, it wouldn't be able, that your love wouldn't be able to overflow like this unconditional love. Like unconditional love, if it was going in that cup, it would overflow, and it would overflow to a point where it's going over the table if it was sitting on a table. So it's very powerful. So we can use a small portion, because it's so much, we can't take all of it in our little bodies. But when we say Yeshua HaMashiach, that unconditional love flows through our entire body. But there is a breathing technique that does go along with that, and I would like to share it with everybody. So it's very simple, and obviously breathe at your own discretion. Make sure that you practice on a daily basis breathing. But I know this is something that seems very minuscule. But when you breathe all the way in, like to a point where you can't breathe in anymore, and then you breathe all the way out to a point where you can't breathe any out, and keep doing that and practicing that. And the more you practice that, the more you start to feel that unconditional love throughout your entire body. Your entire body starts to get that unconditional love. So if your body was hurting before, when you call on the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, it's just everything, all your problems go away. And you might still have that physical pain or something like that, but the thought is no longer on it. So you're not actually just focused on it because it's going to heal itself now, because you're not focused on it before. You were so focused on it, and that thing created itself. But once you were no longer focused on that thing, it actually heals itself. Your entire body starts to heal itself. And it's kind of crazy, actually, but it's beyond anything that even I've understood in my entire life. But when you say Yeshua HaMashiach, you're blessed with unconditional love. It's just like if you were a poor person living on the street, and once you say that, once you say Yeshua HaMashiach, it's like you become a part of royalty. And it's crazy. But this is the thing. There is a name that you would have to call on. And because the thing is, that power does work. But imagine that power always around you. And this is something that is beyond understanding. But there's another name. And that name, and this is the thing, when you call on this name as well, it's like, imagine you were kicked out and abandoned, and you were going someplace. Imagine a camel comes by your side and helps you get to this destination, because you don't have a car, you don't have streets. Just say it's just over a hill. I don't know where you live, so just imagine it's just plain grass everywhere, and your destination is 50 miles away, and you don't know how you're gonna get there. You just received a message that you're a part of this royal palace. You're a part of this royal thing. This thing beyond our understanding, which was the first word of unconditional love, Yeshua HaMashiach. But imagine this one, where it's beyond just you, and it's the way you say it. And now, and this is also what I wanted to mention. The way you say the word actually affects your breath to a point where it aligns your body and your mind and your soul when you say these names, and congruency when you work together with these two counterparts. And that second one is, and this is a little bit longer, so I'm going to say it a few times, is Ruach HaKodesh. And when you say it that way, it's just your body is flowing with love. It's overflowing. Now imagine that table was in the top of a house. That love, imagine that entire house over flooded with love. Like it's over it, that and it came from just that pouring in of these words, of not just these words, but they're beyond our understanding, beyond who we can be. But it's free. It frees us from this life. And like I'm gonna say the word again. It's Ruach HaKodesh. Okay. Yeah, so just so you know how to say it, but when you say Yeshua HaMashiach and Ruach HaKodesh, like when you say these words, it's like, I can't even describe the feeling. Imagine if your life was a roller coaster. Imagine you no longer have to ride that roller coaster if you don't want to. Like you can ride on the whatever ride you wanted to ride, but you're doing it in that unconditional love. Like going back to that unconditional love point, you don't just love yourself, you have so much love that it overflows to where you love everyone around you. And not in a way it's just like a woohoo, like not like that. I'm more like talking about like I love this individual as a person because I see this person as a mirror of me. This person has a different life experience, but their heart is beating just like I am, and they're a person just like me. Regardless of what they identify as, they're all people. Everyone is a person. So, and I'm a person. Even if people say I'm a quote-unquote alien, that person is a person on this planet, so they got citizenship. So they're a person too. Yeah, so, but yeah, just you start to see people as people, and then and that's why you can forgive. You would act. So when you say these names, you have to say it with an intention also. And this is something that I wanted to also add in. So you also have to ask for a new heart and a new mind, because your mind is flooded with a lot of trash. A lot of stuff that happened to you, a lot of things that people did you wrong and stuff like that. And imagine all of these sins were forgiven from these people. Like they might have messed up before, or like they did this to me, this, that, and the third. But imagine all of that there was no problem anymore. Like the debt was cleared, where you don't feel that same anger, because you're ultimately unconditionally loved. So it's like that love covering is beyond that hatred that person did to you, I think, or hatred. I think I said that word incorrectly, so I apologize. So, and that's another thing, just ask yourself that forgiveness. So you have to ask Yeshua HaMashiach for a new heart and a new mind, and cleanse what is there. So all of that negativity, all of that hatred and stuff like that is out, and then cleanse that non-moving lifestyle where you're not moving, you're just stagnant in life, and that's where the heart is, and actually moving towards the direction that is actually possible for your life. And what you have to do also is, when you do all of this, you're breathing that technique. So it's just start off with the intention of knowing that you want this new heart and you want this new mind. Like, so you have to say, Yeshua HaMashiach, give me a new heart and a new mind. And it just purifies that mind. So it just works over time, of course. It doesn't work just instantly, but over time it starts to fester, where you have that new heart and you have that new mind. But it also has to be the intention behind your breathing. So these words in conjunction with your breathing, right? As you breathe in and you breathe out, as you breathe these things, as you breathe all the way in and then all the way out. If you do that on a daily basis, you are breathing more towards a perfect breath.
That's the beauty of it. All right. So, as a bonus, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about like the heart and the mind. And they have a very, very interesting relationship. But imagine your heart and your mind are like a married couple, right? I'm not going to say which one is male or female. That doesn't really matter. But your mind and your heart have almost like that relationship where it's a marriage. But the thing is, they have to be together. But how do they be together? The way they are together is through your breath, through your breathing. And the thing is, like, sometimes your mind would tell your body what to do so much, and it's just like, oh, well, I'm not going to do this or I'm going to do that. And then your body wants to tell your mind something, and if it doesn't listen, it starts to neglect. Your mind just starts to neglect and stuff like that. But they are connected through your breathing. Like, so when you breathe all the way in, it's like your mind at that point. But when you breathe all the way out, it's your heart. And that's just like those two. But when they breathe congruently, because imagine it like it's revolving, like it's like a revolving. It goes around in a circle, but it only goes around in a circle after there's a complete cycle of breath. That breath is in and out. I just want to take the time to thank you so much for listening to this podcast. With you listening to this podcast, it's helping me as well as develop my characteristics, as well as, it can also help you in the process, hopefully. And if it does help you, definitely let me know, because I would love to know the input. And if you have any questions about like what I can be talking about, definitely let me know. Just reach out to me any way that you possibly can, or just support the podcast and to show me how much you love. All right. So I'll see you soon.